All right, so you have before you a Walther PDP-F. Obviously the gun's safe. So this video is just in response to how to change the mag release for Walther PDPs. There's a lot of videos out there that don't actually show you how to do it. It's incredibly frustrating. I'm not sure if that's a YouTube rule. If so, I'm sure they'll take down the video. That's fine because I'm not a YouTuber. However, it's actually super simple once you understand how to do it. So we're gonna set this here. Basically, I am left-handed, so it's already configured for left-handed. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how you would change this out. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to push on the mag release side, which is going to, in turn, push out the other side that is captured. You're going to find a small hole here. This is a 1/16 punch. So all you have to do is put this punch into that hole. Super simple. Okay, now on the captured piece that we've just released, there's going to be a small indent here. You can actually use your nail. Once it's released, it's super easy to pull out. You can see how it's separating. If it is not coming out, then it's not released and your punch isn't in all the way. All you have to do is gently pull this piece out like that. Okay, now it's no longer captured. You can see that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the punch by putting pressure on the mag release from the other side. Obviously, remembering that we have a spring in here that makes this stay together, or that makes this function. So put pressure on your mag release, which then releases your punch. Okay, now as you can see, the spring still has pressure on it. I'm going to slowly release tension here so that you can see the mag release is now loose. Now, as you can see, here's your mag release, and then there is your spring. Okay, now I'm not going to go through and actually change sides because I'm left-handed. I've already changed this. However, if you were going to change it, you would just take this spring out, which I'm actually going to hold, or let it fall. That's fine too. All right, I'll cover that. So there's a little indent inside of there. It's hard to see. I think you can see it barely with the light. There's also one on this side, okay, which again, hard to see even with the light. Maybe you can catch it there. So the only thing you have to do is figure out which side that you're actually going to be switching it to. In my case, I'm left-handed, so I'm going to put the spring back where I found it this time and put it in that indent, which it'll just kind of sit there. You could use a set of tweezers or something to that extent. Mine is already in place, so that battle's already won. So then this has a slot. Your mag release has a slot, as you can see, where the spring goes, which is right there on my thumb. So all I'm going to do is line it up with my spring, kind of wiggle it around a little bit, and it's lined up. Now, if we look inside, because it's not 100% aligned, you're going to see how the mag release is just kind of hanging out there in the middle of nowhere. So what I typically do is I'll use my finger to kind of guide that, and then into position and move this around with my spring until it actually slides in place. It's not terribly difficult. You just kind of have to turn it until it's lined up. And in this case, I'm just going to do it from the outside and then kind of feed that back in. This is probably the air. Okay, what I did was I pushed in here with my finger and kind of move that around until it slid in place. Once it's in place, I'm going to put pressure on there, and you're going to see the only thing that we really have left to do is just to put this original piece back in, which captures the system. So it's got a groove. There's only one way to put it in here. It requires super minimal force. All right, as you can see, I put it in part of the way. It's an audible click. Maybe, okay. super minimal, audible click. Once it clicks in place, you can release it. You should be good to go. At that point in time, take your empty magazine and just conduct a function check, and it obviously works. So super simple. It's about a 3-minute change if you know what you're doing. If you don't, maybe 5 minutes. So hope that helps.